Yesterday I went to the office to record some Sim Sundays. So me, RT, and Lewis played a game together. A couple games together. And then I was like, okay, it was around, what, like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go now. There's air conditioning in the office. It's not cranking, but it's pretty good. And so I was like, I'm gonna go home now. And I was gonna go stop at one of the Chinese supermarkets to get some groceries. And so I had to walk a little bit in the opposite direction of my flat. And so I walked like 5 minutes from the office to the Chinese supermarket, did some shopping there. And then I had like a heavy bag, a not so heavy bag, my backpack on my back, which I had a fucking giant Christmas Moogle plush in that was on the free shelf, so I took it. And then I was walking home, which was gonna take me about like 30 minutes or so. And I sort of had a little bit of a headache because we played a game with Lewis where we yelled at him a lot. And so it gave me a headache. And so I was walking in the heat, probably a little bit dehydrated too from ADHD meds and from having a little bit of a headache. And then carrying a heavy bag, having a backpack on, and having sunglasses, and it being hot out and sunny, and the UV really high yesterday. And like, as I was walking home, I was like, this is a bad idea. Because I think I don't regulate heat well, like my body. And so I'm like walking and I'm like, oh, I want to drink water, but I don't want to stop because I'm gonna have to put the bags down, get the water out of my backpack, all of this extra dumb shit, which is annoying for no reason. And then I like got about halfway home and the heavy bag was just so heavy. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take the fucking Moogle out of my backpack. I'm gonna put the heavy bag in my backpack. I'll carry the Moogle in one arm and the not so heavy bag in the other arm. And I'll have my water bottle in the not so heavy bag. So I'm like, I've got a fucking Christmas Moogle under one arm, a plush. I've got a heavy bag in my backpack on my back. And then I've got another bag which has now been heavier because my glass water bottle is in it, with water in it. And I'm walking home, and the fucking Moogle plush had my, like, I was carrying it under my arm because that was just the easier way to do it because it was a large plush. So the fucking heat of the fur of this plush was making my arm, like, sweaty and hotter. And then, like, carrying a heavy bag and all of that. And I was walking home and I was like, oh my god, I hope that I do not have to stop so that I don't pass out because I just want to get home as soon as possible. So then I got home and I was like, oh my god, I just want to lay in the fan. But then I had to put stuff away in the fucking freezer. But then after that I was okay. And then my headache did go away pretty quickly, luckily. But that's part of it. Did I immediately bath when I got home? No, but I actually did not wait too long. Because I cooled off enough because I cranked the air conditioning unit I have on for just enough time to like freeze myself back up so that my core temperature was better. Also, I had a revelation and now a tip to share with you, which is like kind of also a duh moment. But for me, I forget these things. Normally when I drink stuff, if it's not like a soda, I like things that are like room temperature. So like when I was in America and I would drink Gatorade, I liked room temperature Gatorade and like room temperature water. Sometimes if it's too cold, I don't like it. And then while I've been here and I'm like, I'm so hot and I cannot cool down, this fan is not working, this is not working. All of my special interesting about Survivor and survival TV shows and all of this reminded me of the very obvious thing, which is if you drink something that is cold, it cools down your internal core temperature. Fucking duh. And so now I've been like, okay, I'm putting ice cubes in my water. And I'm like drinking, like, I'll even have soda if it's like cold. Well, I had completely forgotten that that was a thing, and the only thing that made me realize it was a thing is because all the survival shows I've watched where, like, people have been on deserted islands or, like, out in the fucking ocean and stuff like that. And then they get rescued, and they're like, we had to cool down their internal core temperature, so we gave them ice water. And I was like, oh, duh. I don't even want to look at your avatar right now. Listen. I have my blonde moments. Remember my natural hair color? It's like, it's forgetting things that are kind of obvious. And also I think it was a bit of being stubborn because I just like room temperature drinks that much more. Cold make cold, gigabrain. Like when you asked if all magazines and books are the same. I don't even remember what that was about. But yeah. I don't know, because I think I'm like... When I drink something that's really cold, and it like... It doesn't give you the brain freeze thing, but it just makes your throat be too cold and hurt. I don't like that. And so... I just like room temperature stuff. And I think also... Because being in Florida... where I have the AC cranking at all times, and so I'm usually cold when I'm inside there. I don't want to drink cold liquids, because then I get more cold. So it just was something that I completely forgot about. And then, I think part of what made me realize is because I had cold soda. And I don't want to drink soda as much with how hot it is, because I don't want to get more dehydrated. But I was like, oh, I feel better. So, if I still had hair, I'd dye it blonde so you'd ban me and I could leave. If you had blonde hair, you would look like, that movie that Borat made after Borat, where he's some flamboyant man who adopts a child and has a blonde hair. Bruno! Because you have dark eyebrows, you'd look like that guy.